Hopefully y'all can see this properly. And am I, why am I so blurry? But I'm making this video just to kind of quickly go over what this channel is for, what I'm going to use it for. I mean, mainly it's going to be like a personal thing. Like I'm going to use it for myself. I don't know why the camera quality is so shit right now, but like whatever. Um, I just want to kind of quickly go over my previous ventures and whatnot, and then why I'm like switching to this trading stuff. Although it seems stupid as shit, right? But let me just go over it real quick. I guess this title here is pretty good summary. Um, but I've tried. This is not my first time trying day trading before. I've done it back in high school, around the time COVID hit. A little before that, I believe. I forget the guy's name, but he was like selling signals and stuff. And back then, I didn't know, signals. Getting signals was like a dumbass idea, but I would try to like join it like his Telegram, his WhatsApp, whatever, to get like free signals, and like I wouldn't take it seriously. I wouldn't try to learn it myself. Um, but oh my god, I don't know why this camera's quality is so ass. But um, that's I already tried before, but that didn't work out because of course I didn't take it seriously, and I've tried. When I say try, I didn't really genuinely try, like e-commerce and tutoring and whatever. But eventually I got to something which is college admissions consulting, which is like not like a niche necessarily that people teach, but it's something that I kind of like found myself to be really good at. Um, and so I built that business up to around 37,000 a month in terms of like peak revenue. You just keep in mind that that's revenue. I wish it was profit, but it's just revenue. And you can do the math if you assume like 65, 75% margins. But that's the kind of numbers I was doing. But the issue with that is like the amount of time and effort that I put in every single fucking day for this, like 10, like unironically like 10 plus hours a day. And it hurt me, my mental, it hurt my relationships. Like I can't really enjoy my time in college, to be honest with you. Although I kind of convinced myself that this was fun, but obviously it's really difficult, right? Um, and there's like a screenshot of it. Like if you guys don't believe me, like here it is. Like I can manage the videos here. Like this is my channel. Like yeah, like you guys can look at that. But um, grew that for 2.5 years, pretty long time. And I switched because it was a successful business basically, right? But I I decided to switch out of it because I kept running into such terrible hiring issues where I'm not gonna name any names, right? But either people would just literally quit without saying anything, or they would join and they would say, "Oh, I don't like the way you're onboarding me. I'm gonna quit." And and even though, let's say for example, like I hire someone that's like very experienced and I'm paying them a lot of money, their level of quality service is like nowhere near. I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but like all the parents and students would complain that they have to deal with this counselor instead of getting to work with me. And so what happens is that I have to then still fulfill the clients that I try to delegate to this counselor, but they can't do it properly. So I have to then do that. And there were literally weekends, Saturdays and Sundays, where I would have 11 calls back to back. 11. Then you might say, hey, like, that's more than 8 hours. Like, do you even have time to eat? I didn't have time to eat unless the meeting ended early. That is how insane it was. Because during the regular days, I would have classes and stuff, and so I would have meetings in the evening on weekdays, right? Monday to Friday evenings, and then Saturday would be when it's like fucking packed, like from fucking 8 to 9 a.m. to like, it was insane. It was literally insane. So I faded that shit because no more. Like it's a problem that I didn't want to solve because I've tried so long. I will admit it is a problem that is solvable. It might be worth solving, but after working this hard for this long, I just didn't have it in me to just push through that. So I pivoted to something else, which is an email marketing agency. The reason why is because email marketing as a service is a lot more you can section it out a lot more. College admissions, like that one counselor has to understand the entire process. So it's much harder to find those good people. I don't know. I wish I could fix this whole like bad quality video, but I don't care. I don't care. Um, but I invested around 20, and this is not like a made up number. I invested into a coaching program that was $10,400. If you guys want to know exactly what it is, it's Daniel Fazio's AI assisted agency program, 10.4 thousand. I think that program itself is amazing. It's just that like for some reason, me personally, just didn't work out. I've seen tons of success with it. I know someone in that program that did really, really well. So I think that program itself is amazing. It's just that I just didn't work. I have no idea why. I have no idea why. And the rest of the money is like payroll because I was working like 4 to 5 different people, and I tried this for months, and nothing happened. Like when I say nothing, like maybe something happened, but it's super minimal, nowhere near compared to the amount of money and time and effort invested into it. So I was just like, this sucks, right? This sucks because this was supposed to be my answer to like less stress and just more operationalized and systematized like processes, but it didn't work. But a friend came by. I knew this guy since like freshman year of college, and there was a month in January this year. Right now it's March 9th, but in January he hit an $88,000 a month in 1 month just from day trading. And that really just blew, like I knew day trading like to an extent was possible, but like it was crazy seeing it happen in front of my eyes because I've seen him struggle with day trading for like over a year, and then like boom, 1 month it just pops off. And it's not like he loses it all again. Like the next month he makes money, the next month he makes money. Like it's consistent. I don't know if he wants me to talk about his name. I don't know, but I just won't, just in case of privacy. I don't know. But after that, like I realized, like, you know, I'm of course happy for my friend, but in full honesty, there's a level of envy, right? You're like, oh fuck, I put in all this time and effort, I've sacrificed so much, but even then, this friend makes double, triple, with a fraction of the amount of work, right? At least perceived work. I don't know how much time. I'm sure he spent hundreds, if not thousands, of hours grinding through that. But perceived, like from my perspective, like it seems unfair. I'm like, what the hell am I doing? So, so I just made the decision. Hey, it's not my fault. It's more of the vehicle, right? Because I am putting in the work. I am putting in the time and the money. Because fucking 20, I could have put a down payment on like a fat car, but whatever. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this thing seriously. Like I've started since January 24th, I believe. That's when I bought my first TopStep account. I closed it because the monthly bill was going to come up again, and Lucid came up to be really, really good. It's like one-time fees. I just bought two of those for 50% off and whatnot. But these are like the main things that I want to do with this channel. Like I've seen a lot of videos already. I think it's also a trap to watch too many videos in terms of day trading because it can get confusing real fast. So I want to keep things simple. Like I trade volume profile, no, not ICT, um, which is like contrarian kind of, I guess, because like ICT is so popular. But what I want to do is daily trade recaps so that I could keep myself accountable and really show you guys live over time the progress. And then every single week, I'm going to review how I did. Like, what were my best trades, my worst trades, things I did good, things I did bad. Are there any rules that I broke? If I did, then I'm going to have a list of punishments that I genuinely do not like and I struggle with. I'm going to list it all out so that I just do it on video. Like, I fucking hate beans. I'm going to just eat a whole can of beans in one sitting. I don't know. Like, or maybe like 150 push-ups in one session. I don't know. It could be worse. But like really just training myself to avoid these stupid mistakes and really put it out there so that maybe if it works out you guys can do the same, which kind of leads into number 4, which is like down the line I think it'd be amazing if we could have like a community of people that are like willing to genuinely take accountability, not the bullshit of like, oh, like it kind of counts like as like my trading strategy, like I could have just done it this way. Like no, like if it wasn't part of the parameters or your rules, like it's not your trading strategy and you should be punished for it, you know. So I think that would be great down the line. So right now, what I'm gonna do, thankfully, throughout the time of building, to be fair, I dropped fucking 25 bands on this, but like, thankfully that doesn't really affect me too much on my my livelihood. I can still survive. And when I was building this, like, and keep in mind, I wasn't at 37,000 a month every single month from the very beginning, but this is a peak. But I ran this business for 2.5 years, so a pretty good amount of buffer in terms of cash that I've created for myself, which I think I plan well into the future, just like that safety net. Like, so I'm really grateful about that. But just want to quickly go over the first trade. So this is today. This is March 9th. So the overall consensus here is I was thinking that my strategy does not include fading days, which would be along right here, right under the recent low, or most recently. Go for a quick one-to-one or go for right before POC. You could have done that, but I like going for one-to-ones. If you guys don't like this trading strategy, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I'm doing something wrong, okay, if I'm fundamentally doing something wrong, like factually and objectively doing something wrong, call it out, please. I want to be better. But if you guys are ICT traders, I don't think this would really make much sense for you guys. But double confluences right here stacked, and very evenly distributed volume profile. So it's a really good fade right here, and it was also tested before. So it's a tested level that rejected very, very hard. So that was a good trade. I did not take that one though. I took this one instead, which my rules are, if it's not a fading day, I can only trade it in the direction of the short-term trend. Short-term trend right here is obviously bullish. And so when I saw this pump up all the way through, I was waiting for the retest on these two levels right here, on the current session value area high and VWAP band 1 and long right here. Now, I have two concerns here. Two concerns. One, is VWAP band 1 considered a confluence in terms of, like, similar to a volume profile level? That's my first concern. The second concern is I had a rule that said, hey, like, if it already makes the move, don't try to go for that same move again, because it could just destroy you, right? And the issue I have about this one is, like, the question is, like, is this really a trade that already happened? Like, should I have entered here? But there was no entry point, right? There was no entry point. It would have hit, right? It definitely would have hit, but there was no entry point because there's no levels on this, and there's no way I was gonna bottom tick that. That's crazy. An example of that is, like, for this one, for example, does this count? Like, this wick right here that goes into this level and rejects really hard and keeps rising up, does that already count as a move? Should I not be going for this trade right here, right? That is the second concern. So there's some wiggle room here, but I've revised my rule to kind of disregard that. Like, you know what? It's variability. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. But the main concern I would say is just VWAP. Like, can I use that as a confluence? I think yes, but we'll have to see. That's why I'm testing this out. I'm testing this strategy out for the next 2 weeks to see what the numbers look like. But that's the first trade. It unfortunately didn't work. All good. It eventually did go in the direction that I predicted it to go, which is fine. It is what it is. This one is actually a trade that I wouldn't do because my rules here are A and B setups, meaning two or higher in terms of number of confluences. And yes, there are two confluences right here, to be fair, but they're not like stacked. They're really far away from each other. So this is like a C setup. I wouldn't take this, but this is just for demonstration. This would be a good A setup. You go all the way up here, just absolutely rips through these two levels, stacked levels, tests it, and then rejects or supports, right? So that's something that I would take a good quick 25-point trade. I think it's realistic to take right before this other one, which is previous day value area high. But for me, I don't really care about that. Like, I want to be consistent with one-to-ones first and then concern myself about maximizing my gains later. So that's basically it for the trade today. It is Asia session, or Asia session right now. But I don't really, like, maybe I'll paper trade, but, like, I'm not really gonna concern myself over that. But that's basically the first video. Hopefully this resonates with some people. I know I'm in a little bit of a different situation because it's not like the first venture that I'm doing. But yeah, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's trade recap. All right, peace out.